I want us to be clear, all us Aboriginal women and those who support us. The Bill C-31 was fought twice. Once, it was based on Aboriginal women losing their status, period. Because when I married my kid's father, I can no longer belong to my original band. The moment I left my original band, I lost all position and status in the Salish world. Okay? There is no point in me living at Secret Island. I have no position there. I have no family there. I have no one to be Siam and Ta'a to. That was the law. So every single Aboriginal woman lost their place and position in their own nations in 1888. It was deliberate because the transmission of culture and language and position and places by women. It was an anti-feminine attack coupled with the absence of being able to practice culture, sing songs, and just generally be happy, feasting and things like that. It was devastating. We could have handled residential school because we have healing models, but we weren't allowed to use those healing models. They had no singing. Yeah? Healing through song, healing through ceremony. So that's the first thing. The other thing I wanted to say is that the no more freebies. We get tongue-tied and tripped up by this, you know. Because people say, well, you get a free education, yeah, and we don't know what to say. No, we don't. From K to 12, it cost us about 300 times as much to send a native child to school as it does a white child. And we pay property taxes in Toronto. But we also pay tuition, because the province still won't educate us, despite the fact that we pay property taxes. So that's one. The $650 you get during university doesn't come anywhere equal to those first 5 years of school. Yeah? So that's one thing. We don't get a free education. We pay handsomely for it. We pay the mill rate plus. Yeah? We're citizens minus. The second thing is that for every dollar Canada gives its own, it gives us 55 cents. So Canadians are getting the freebies. Secondly, of that 55 cents, 40 of it goes to non-native people. Teachers, universities, grade schools, hospital workers, all of these different types of people that are generally non-native. Lastly, the vast majority of the wealth, the GNP of this country, comes from our land. Yeah? So it's really simple. That's the nature of colonization. Yeah? What did they do in Africa? Try to get all the money over here and starving them. That's the nature of colonization. It's completely about pillaging the colonized in the interest of the mother country. And that's what happens. I don't want to hear again that when I marry a white guy, I lost my status. Because I lost my status and I never married a white guy.
Hey.
You understand? I want us to know that it was an attack on women. And it was born out of fear that Native women would get together with white women like they did in the United States. Audrey Shenandoah's grandmother got together with a woman named Katie Stanton, who's she, the mother of the feminist movement in the United States, and said to her, I'm going to buy her McIntyre's farm. And Katie says, what does your husband say about that? Nothing, he's not buying that, I am. You can't buy McIntyre's farm, you're a woman. No, you can't buy McIntyre's farm because you're a white woman. You see all that land out there? It's mine. Because I am Onondaga. I own this land. And all hell broke loose after that, and that's when the attacks began. Yeah, it's also when the suffragettes began. thank the ladies, and they stopped crediting us somewhere around 1912, doesn't matter. But another lady, a Canadian lady, wrote a book thanking Audrey Shenandoah's ancestors for starting the feminist movement over a century ago now. We got to pay attention. It's a patriarchal attack. It requires a feminist response. So let's get clear. It's not about this law or that law, this status and that status. It's about them attacking us as women. The other thing I want to get everybody to be clear about is, what do we want to do about these murders? Do we want them to investigate? Or do we want an investigation from outside? Because the RCMP have proved themselves incapable of investigating. Do you know why they didn't charge Picton before investigating? Because the woman that laid the complaint won the fight. She hurt Picton badly. She was still attacked. So when you get attacked, don't fight back. If you win the fight, they won't do anything. Anyway, and I also think that we need to challenge women in this country. There should be 1,000 people here. On February 14th, we need every single person that's connected to no one is illegal to show up. We need every single woman. All the women you know, all the women you know, and every man we know to show up. Because it doesn't happen in this town. It doesn't happen on December 6th either. We need people to show up. So we need to challenge groups. And there's all kinds of groups that pay lip service to supporting us. Yeah. Get your members to show up. The NDP needs to show up. You want my vote? Show up. And we need to challenge this fellow. Sagadash, I think.
No.
What's your party got to say about the murders of Aboriginal women? I was reading the disappeared women on the website, and one of the guys said, "Oh, yeah, they killed her, but I didn't know it was wrong. She's just an Indian."
Oh, that's gross.
It is, but it's a common response of people who have brutalized us. And if you look at the fact that they're uninvestigated deaths, he's right. Who's gone to jail for it? Yeah? So that's what we got to get, an investigation outside of the RCMP, because exactly what they said is true. They're there to contain us. They were started as the Louis Riel Rebellion. That's what they're based on, keep us in line. And they do that. So we can't have them investigating us. That's like asking the camp guards to investigate Nazism. Yeah? It doesn't work that way. So we need an independent investigation. And I don't know, maybe Amnesty International is one of those kinds of people that might do that. Yeah? We need an independent investigation. That's all I got to say. Thank you very much.